Now, a controversy. Actress turned politician Kangana Ranaut, often referred to as Bollywood's controversy queen. She has now shared a story from a few years ago involving her former friend and designer Masaba Gupta, describing an incident that she claims left her quietly in tears. Kangana has claimed that designer Masaba Gupta once refused to let her wear a sari from her brand for her Ram Janmabhoomi visit, calling the treatment humiliating and saying it still makes me sick. She even says that she cried in her car over the incident, exposing deeper industry rifts. She claims she was preparing for a promotional event for her 2023 action thriller Tejas and had planned to visit Ram Janmabhoomi, and she had requested a stylist who she was working with for promotions to help her for the spiritual trip. Now, Masaba reportedly refused to allow Kangana to wear her brand's clothes for the occasion and had asked not to be tagged even if she did. Ranaut tied the Masaba saga to her broader view of bias in the film world, claiming that stylists and brands have banned her from their handles and tagging. Masaba Gupta, though we must point out, has not responded to these claims being made by Kangana Ranaut. Well, to talk more about this, we're now joined by Chaiti Narula, founder, Maison French Press, Ami Ganatra, author and Hindu activist, and NDTV's Mayank Chaudhary, stylist and fashion correspondent. Thank you all for joining us on this, very unfortunate sort of feud that has emerged. But again, I must point out that Masaba has not reacted. Ami Ganatra, your comments first, because can Kangana Ranaut really use this incident to, color the industry the way she has?
I think before I answer that, it is important to know when that comment was made. That comment was made when A.R. Rahmanji, whom we've all appreciated for all these years, made him, his talent has made him what he has, but it's also the appreciation of all of India, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, everybody. It was in response to his comment that it is because of his religion, he's probably not getting work. It was in response to that which Kangana has then said that, Baba, it's not so one-sided as it seems to be. There are many facets to it. And the industry also has this bias where she narrated this incident. So does Kangana have the right to speak her mind? Absolutely. As if A.R. Rahmanji has, then Kangana also has the right to speak about it.
Right. She also spoke, this was also in reference to this trend about sharing, old pictures. So it was in reference to that as well, where she claimed that she was asked not to tag Masaba Gupta or actually not wear the sari, but she was already en route to Ayodhya, she claims, and she had no choice. And then she was asked not to tag Masaba Gupta.
So, see, for me, it's very clear. Does Masaba have the right to go where she wants and not go where she wants? For sure. Does Masaba have the right to decide who she wants to give her dresses to, her cosmetics to, and not give her dresses to? Fine. But does she actively look or oversee who is wearing her clothes where after they are sold or after they are given? If she's doing that to everybody, then that's neutral. But if it is specific to a specific incident where
and Kangana does seem to imply that she didn't want it to be associated with the Ram Janmabhoomi or any overt
because
symbolism.
Come on. Does any designer really go out checking where it is worn and where it's not, where a person wears the clothes and where it's not, where they don't wear it, right? Nobody does that. But when somebody is saying that, Acha, if you go to a temple, Baba, keep me out of it, then it is not just about choice. It is a disrespect of the majority of the population who considers Ram Mandir as extremely holy, right? So that, to me, seems like an insult to my faith by somebody who I have actually liked, whose products I have used. Does that mean that tomorrow she will say, oh, don't use my foundation to anybody going to the temple? What does that even mean, right?
Well, we can't deny that the Ram Mandir movement has been, fairly political. And I come in here, Chaiti, your opinion on this. And do you think some designers and brands hesitate to associate with very overt religious symbols, maybe Hindu symbolism as well, something like the Ram Janmabhoomi?
So I'll answer that question, Gargi, in just about a bit, but I want to say that this is absolutely a personal anecdote coming in from Kangana.
That's right.
It's not a corroborated fact at all. There's been no opinion from Masaba as yet. Secondly, why now? Thirdly, there is a system that the industry follows. Pardon my throat today. But what happens is that when we are brand strategists to many designers, like we are, we've got so many designers on our roster. we are deciding the positioning for the designer in a certain way where the brand positioning, equity, the overall ambition for the brand is taken care of. When stylists send a request on behalf of a celebrity, we always assess in-house whether this aligns with the strategy we have made or doesn't align with the strategy. In case it doesn't align, the brand has every right to refuse. For all you know, it does not align with the strategy. And here we don't even know whether Masaba has said yes or no. So one Kangana making a comment like this, who's got a history of playing victim card, talking with profanity on Twitter, which is now X, and making vile comments with anybody who does not historically align with her political ideology. I would take all of this with a pinch of salt, will not be quick to blame Masaba on any of this. Also, let's assume for a fact that Masaba has said no. It is her aesthetic right. It is her right as a brand to maintain independence, especially when the outfit is sourced and not bought.
Right,
Once
but
you buy
Jyoti,
it,
this is also,
you can wear wherever you want.
Kangana Ranaut is implying that this lends itself to this larger industry, discomfort that she has seen, and how she has been after, I'm assuming, because she says, so many years ago and earlier brands were welcoming of her, but after, I'm assuming, she joined the BJP and has, become quite a prominent BJP spokesperson and a member of parliament, etc., that then brands don't want to so much be associated, and she's been asked not to tag them, etc. So she's claimed all this sort of victimization or alienation from the larger fashion industry ever since she joined the BJP.
No, Gargi, you're absolutely right. Fashion houses are not state utilities. Let's be one thing very clear. They are private creative businesses with the right to choose brand associations, number one. Secondly, Kangana has not just joined BJP. If you notice, until 2014, she was a very sweet person. All of a sudden, after the BJP came into power, there was a lot of vile attacks being made. A lot of journalists were blocked by her. A lot of naysayers were blocked by her. We could see open fights in the first regime when the BJP came into power, the second regime when they came into power, leading her up to her becoming a member of parliament. When a brand is looking at a celebrity who is all over the place, very vile, very arrogant, is not aligning with their conduct in a larger public sphere, they have every right to say, hey, you know what? We don't align with this, and we would not like to be tagged or associated. It has got nothing to do with Ram. It has got nothing to do with Allah. It has got nothing to do with any God in this world.
All right.
The human being.
Let me get Mayank also
in represents and what she represents.
On this discussion. And Mayank, Kangana implying that she's been, treated a particular way ever since she's joined the BJP, and these claims against Masaba. Again, yes, Masaba has not commented on this, but does this reflect a deeper discomfort with Hindutva entering, mainstream culture and fashion spaces? Is because that's what she seems to be implying.
Gargi, I don't think so, because, we have to understand when stylists send out a request, as Chaiti said, to designers and the PR team, it is in a way like a cross-collaboration, cross-promotion thing. In this way, the celebrity sort of endorses the designer, and the designer associates with the fame and the celebrity of the star. In this case, I think, Kangana was attending an event, Ram Janmabhoomi, and they might have reached out, a stylist might have reached out to Masaba's team. And, Masaba's team must have thought, okay, I don't think this aligns with the brand's vision or the brand's identity or the aesthetic appeal. So they have the complete right not to dress her. This incident reminds me of a very famous and controversial incident when luxury international fashion designer Tom Ford said that he will not dress Melania Trump. This is when Trump came into power the first time. And then journalists, of course, questioned him that you've dressed Michelle Obama, but why not Melania? And he said that I don't think that she aligns with the brand's vision or the aesthetic appeal. So, I think a designer has a complete right to say no or yes when they're giving out the garment or an accessory for free. In this case, when a stylist reaches out, it's for free. It's a collaboration, it's a barter. If Kangana wants to go out and buy out a sari from a Masaba store, which I'm sure she can, I don't think Masaba would have any issue. But of course, when it comes to the tagging and all of that, yeah, I think the designer can say that I don't want to be associated with it. And I don't think it has got anything to do with religion or, sort of boycotting her or something like that. It's just Kangna being Kangna. And Kangna is quite stylish, let me say that. But it's just Kangna being Kangna.
Right. Well, Ami Ganatra, your comments, are we reading too much into this? The outrage, of course, it does, yes, come on the back of the controversy over what A.R. Rahman has also said. And he's also put out an explanation today. But are we just, getting outraged and this false sense of hurt over what Kangana has claimed?
So again, I started my comment saying that Masaba has the right to do what she wants, right? So nobody's questioning the right at all. She has the right to do whatever she wants. But does it not send out a signal? So if A.R. Rahman ji is saying that, oh, I'm not getting a job because I am of a certain religion, and Kangana saying that brands don't want to associate with a certain event which is very holy for a certain set of people, obviously there is an implication, right? One might talk about her right. Nobody's taking away her right. Nobody's saying that, oh, she has to be punished for it, right? Nobody's saying that at all. But does it still give a signal that, yeah, the brand actively does not want to associate with something that is so holy for Hindus? People are going to read into it. They're absolutely going to read into it. One may like it or one may not like it. It is her right. So is the right of the people to judge it on what it seems like. It is as simple as that. Right? And I will also say that if somebody does not want to align with what the divinity of what Hindus think, then that's fine, because divinity is everywhere. May their sentiments be hold, and may their clothes never go to where there is divinity. For Hindus, divinity is everywhere anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe the brand doesn't want to be associated particularly at that moment with the Ram temple, not to say that they're, against anything related to Hinduism. Chaiti, your reaction to that?
Gargi, while you're absolutely spot on, and I do agree with Ami in silos. I'm a practicing Hindu myself, and we are a beautiful religion. We welcome everybody, right? Our religion only preaches love. One thing I would like to say is that there is no proof for the moment that Masaba has said no. There's no proof whether it was for religious reasons, caste reasons, political reasons, personal prejudice. You don't know what has happened. So it's too premature to comment on this. Second thing is, this is about consent. No brand owes ideological alignment to any individual or any religion or any political party. To drag commerce in this kind of debate, and Kangana has done this point of time, is absolutely wrong. You should let brands be. There could be a personal reason why Masaba has declined. And, we should wait till Masaba talks as to why. We have brand guidelines and guardrails for every brand and designer that we manage. Some designers are politically very out there. They are creating works to make a political statement. For those designers, if this comment is made, the debate is a different one altogether. But as far as Masaba is concerned, and from the outside, while she's not my client, I can tell you that her brand is not a political brand at all. She's doing breadth, she's doing couture, she's doing wedding wear. Where does politics come in the middle of all of this? This is her aesthetic sensibility.
All right, Maya.
Just one thing, I completely agree with Chaiti ji. All I have to say is, do we hold the same views about the comments made by A.R. Rahman ji also? That people have the right to give him job or not give him job. One, neither has he named anybody. So to not look at it from a religious angle, even in that case, if we are okay to that, then at least we are being consistent. But what happens is our inconsistency in the two issues, right? Kangana ne kaha, so it's okay. No, don't say anything. It's Masaba's right. When it comes to A.R. Rahman ji, we are all like, oh, yeah, it is all communalism, right? So at least let's be consistent.
We're not discussing A.R.
We are not discussing, Mr. Rahman right now. But Maya, just quickly, when we talk about brands, and this is all about fashion and brands and these sort of this minefield they have to negotiate, and we've seen various controversies over the years, be it Fab India's, ad campaign before Diwali, or the whole Bindi issue as well. It is something that has become, we've seen more and more.
Who they want to reach out to.
We do. I think also sort of it's fashion is nothing but a reflection of the time we're living in, and we are seeing these controversies and people and groups being offended. very frequently now. So I don't know what's happening. Are we becoming more intolerant as a society? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have an issue with it. A lot of people don't have an issue with it. But yes, there is some or the other group or a community or a person who gets offended by a image or a advertising or somebody not giving someone clothes. I think it's we've fashion has been an extremely diverse and a secular industry from the longest time ever, and it includes everybody, and there's a space for everyone. And I don't think in this case, particularly Masaba, I mean, it's very early to say, but
Because
sort of
again, she's not commented
sort
yet.
of say no to Kangna, but I think maybe yes, we are sort of getting offended by every little thing.
Right, Ami, I want to give you the last word because you were speaking earlier, and I asked Mayank that question over you. Yes, go ahead, and then we'll have to wrap it. Yes.
No, I'm just saying that let's keep in mind that why did this controversy happen at all, right? It was not as if Kangna one day woke up and wrote this story. It was in response to something. So while we discuss this, keeping aside the actual incident in which this response was given, I think we are being unfair to Kangna as well, right? She did not start this controversy. Hers was a response. So while saying that, oh, people are getting offended by one thing that she said, but who is the one that created the controversy? So I think both of these have to be taken together is all I'm saying. And I'm saying if you think
But
one is right
at this
and the
point
other
of
is wrong,
time,
then it's a
what
problem.
Kangana has
Yeah.
expressed is merely an opinion, and so has Mr. Rahman expressed an opinion at this point
Exactly.
of time.
As long as we are
So
fine on that and consistent in our
Right, and as I said,
assessment
this was
also, it's perfectly
pertaining to
okay.
this trend of, recalling old images from a decade ago, and her friendship with Masaba, I think, came up there. But I'll have to end it here. Thank you all for joining us on the program on this issue. And as we said, Masaba has not reacted or, confirmed anything of what Kangana Ranaut has claimed. But yes, a controversy after Kangana slammed Masaba, who apparently did not want her to wear her brand sari to the Ram Janmabhoomi.